you more glad than that, perhaps? Just a little more glad than that? There we go. This is Planned Parenthood we're talking about. So, welcome. I'm Saucity Chiracuzio. I'm your MC for the evening. Some of you, maybe not a lot of you, but some of you may know of me. I host a little local monthly X-rated open mic called Dirty Queer, which you might have heard of. We have a lot of fun and raise money for In Other Words. You should join us sometime. I want to thank the Fez for hosting our events. Could we get a round of applause and a round of drinks? That's the best way to show your appreciation to the Fez. We've got a lot of designer merchandise for sale. You can see it around the room. And there's also auctions, silent auction items in the back that include some packages from these designers, as well as some makeovers, something from the roller derby folks, and something from a local shop that I particularly love called Fat Fancy. Some of you may know them. There's also raffle tickets. We've got volunteers circulating through the room that you can buy your raffle tickets from if you have cash. If you don't have cash, or you just want to go over to the silent auction area, they can take your credit card there. And of course, there's also an ATM in the building. Some of the raffle tickets for tonight include a one-night stay at Sylvia Beach Hotel, and another one-night stay at the Columbia Gorge Hotel, and some dinner and drinks at Porquet No. These are all very good prizes. I would like to have some of those myself. So I just want to let you know that those things are all going on, and our show's planning to start around a little after 8. So please spend some money, spend some time, and get to know some of the lovely folks here this evening. For raffle tickets and merchandise, you're going to want to do that before the show starts. I wanted to thank the Fez Ballroom again for hosting us here. They've got drinks and hot food available, and the best way you can say thank you to them would be to purchase some of that. There is also a second floor bar and lounge, one floor down, as well as some more bathrooms, because I do see there's a line forming back there. There's also a fabulous DJ in the house, DJ Willamette, who's going to give us the music this evening, and I think a round of applause would be in order as well, for those of you who are actually listening to the MC right now. That was not a lot of applause. We have some great music, we have a great host. Say your things, that'd be great. And I'd like to ask those folks who are VIP folks to come and find their seats soon. Maybe you want to get a drink first, but our show is going to begin. And you are right here in the front, so you get to set the tone and set the example. And again, designer merch, raffle tickets, silent auction, drinks, hot food, hot people, and we're going to get started real soon. Started. We've got a few folks downstairs still in line, and we'll let them get up here and get into space. Just a little clarification. These seats along here, both the chairs and the benches are for VIP seating. So if you've got a pink wristband, you're good to go, and if not, I'm sorry, but somebody's going to bump you from that seat. So just something to know. Again, the silent auction is still going on, the raffle is still happening, the merchandise is still for sale, and after this show happens, you will also have another chance at the merchandise. So if you saw something and you didn't get it, you'll have another opportunity. But we are going to get started about somewhere between 8:05 and 8:10, so if you have something you need to do before we start, this will be the time to do it. We'll see you back here in just a few. Before know that I'm known for slightly topping the audience. It's in my skill set. I appreciate that you responded so nicely to that. So welcome to Dress, Undress. I'd like a lot of noise for Planned Parenthood right now. Well done, well done. I'm going to call that 90% excitement for Planned Parenthood and 10% following directions. It's appreciated. So, Planned Parenthood, amazing, right? They're inspiring, they give, they give, they give. In fact, they gave me what I needed to make my own fashion contributions this evening. I'm a bit of a redesigner, and I wanted to make a special tiny hat for the show. And I don't know if you can tell, but my sweet dandy beau had a Project Runway kind of idea and thought condoms as fabric. So I don't know if you can tell that's what's going on in my hat here. But I can always count on Planned Parenthood to give me some condoms when I need them, and I appreciate that very much. So let me introduce myself to you. My name is Sasidi Chiricuzio. There won't be a test on that. And some of you may know me from a little event I do here once a month at In Other Words called Dirty Queer. Excellent. We have some dirty queers in the audience. It's an X-rated open mic. Exactly. As well as a fundraiser for In Other Words, another great local resource. So when Planned Parenthood approached me about emceeing this show, I was delighted to have a chance to give something back. As someone who has definitely taken advantage of, that's not what I want to say, who has been able to make use of the Equal Access Fund for a really, really long time. Utilize. Thank you, Mr. Thesaurus. So, yes, the Equal Access Fund is a fabulous thing, and I'm a healthier person, quite literally, for it. So thank you, Planned Parenthood. And thank you all of you for coming out to support that very, very vital resource. So, we're all ready, we're excited. We want to see the fashion, right? But first, we want to be educated, because we are smart people here and we want to just be smarter, right? So I'm going to ask Abby Tibbs, who is a member of the Planned Parenthood Board of Directors, to come up and tell you a little more about this amazing fund.
Very excited to be here tonight, and thanks to all for your support. I first want to start by sharing some good news that isn't necessarily related to this, but as we all know, Planned Parenthood has had unprecedented attacks across the country, both the federal and the local level, and funding has been threatened across the country. But recently in June, and then as recently as this week, we restored funding in both Kansas and Indiana for Planned Parenthood. For us is how important Planned Parenthood services are and how important your support is to Planned Parenthood, because there's no time that's been more critical in Planned Parenthood's history and being able to serve Oregonians than right now. And the Equal Access Fund is it sort of epitomizes that. And so here's the basic deal. If you have a cervix and you have a chest and you're having sex and you might be able to have a baby and you're low income, then the federal government or the state government will help cover the cost of those services because you're at risk for pregnancy. But if you're a member of the LGBTQ community and you're not at risk for getting pregnant and you're low income, you're kind of screwed. So that's why we created the Equal Access Fund, so that members of this community would have equal access to the basic reproductive health care services that all Oregonians deserve. So that's why your support is really important. What gender or sexual identity or income level you are, you should have access to comprehensive reproductive health care services. I wanted to quickly say thank you to the committee of supporters, committed staff who helped put this event together, and a special thank you to the generous businesses and designers who contributed to the auction and the raffle items. And it's not too late to buy a raffle ticket, so if you can do that, that would be great. And thanks again to all of you who are actually playing a very, very critical role in ensuring that everybody has access to reproductive health care services. Enjoy the show.